Hey everybody, it is Taylor of Summer Del Sol, back after a bit of a hiatus, but very excited to get back into the swing of things. For this video, I'm going to be focusing on mounting my flush fuel filler. Let's get to it. So if you end up using the same hardware I went with, you're going to want to drill some holes into the inside lip of this, and if you're wondering why, it's because when it rains, you've got to give this an area where it can actually drain on the outside of the hose, otherwise you're going to get water in your gas tank. The totally OSHA-approved method clearly works. With the drain holes complete, I'm ready for the next step. Since I've stored my trunk on the top of the car just for general space savings, I need to remove this, of course, without scratching that beautiful trunk on my seat brace. So here's where things get intricate and far from exact, at least in my scenario. What I'm doing is applying some grease on the top of my fuel filler hose in order to understand exactly, or approximately, where I'm going to need to cut my trunk. No pressure. For those who've done this before, please share your hopefully more accurate procedures than this. I would love to pay it forward. And of course, before moving on, a sip for courage. Okay, with the tip of the hose greased up nicely, it's time to reinstall the trunk, hopefully scratch free, and see if I can get this in the cleanest spot possible for where it needs to sit. What I'm doing now is trying to ensure I've got a good impression on where I want that grease to line up underneath the trunk. I'm also now realizing I completely forgot my sneakers because wow, I brought my boots to do the worm and crawl under a nasty 30-year-old gas tank. Slay, queen. With what I can only hope is a good indicator, I take the trunk off. So this goes to show the power of the grease. The black line on the left shows where I thought I needed to draw around the hose, but then the little bit of red on the right is where the grease actually touched. In order to complete that little grease circle, I went ahead and took the hose off and then pressed it down again to go ahead and draw that line around where the remainder of that hole needed to go. The moment of truth. So I'm actually starting out with a much smaller hole saw. I would love to say that it's because I'm a very cautious woman, but it's really because I already had this and I didn't want to buy the actual size I needed. So of course, making life harder for myself than it needed to be. But let's just pretend I'm doing this on purpose, and here's kind of how I approached making the circular hole a little bit larger. With the sections cut out, I was able to pull out the death wheel and get to hacking. Actually, for once, I think I was able to go an entire session with this blade without it flying off. Don't worry about it, Mom. With all the larger tabs removed, I was able to multitask and sand this down and also give myself tendinitis. What can I say? I'm a hell of a multitasker. Time to test fit. Here we go. Oh, come on now. Oh, there it is. Alright, with the mock-up successful, it's time to reinstall and see exactly how this hose is gonna fit. Okay, so with the hose coming through, I can clearly get this fitment going and kind of do an initial mock-up. So flush, so clean. Well, not yet. So as you can see, this is a little bit taller than the gas tank cover, obviously. So what I'm gonna have to do is take a little bit off the top, but since I've also put my breather hose up a little higher than I should have, I'll have to try and trim it from the base where it connects to the gas tank as well, to hopefully bring that down and forward to give a little more clearance for that hose that I've connected to let the gas tank fill fully. Fingers crossed, but that should be just about it. So here you can see where I knew I needed to make the cut. So I went ahead and drew a line around the hose, and I tried to put it at a bit of an angle because this is going to sit a little bit catty corner due to the geometry of the trunk. Alright, let's get to hacking. Fellas, I advise you turn away. Alright, with mutilations made, this hose is ready to reinstall. Hole drilled, hose trimmed, can't fail. Just don't ask about the first hose I ordered. Let's see how it fits. Oh yeah, I'm calling that one a win. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I'm actually pretty pleased. Now to reap the reward of all the hard work and precise measurements. Ugh, so smooth. And that does it for now. As always, and now finally again, thank you guys so much for watching and following along. I so appreciate it. I promise this time I'm really going to be actually more active in making these videos. I've got some good content lined up, and I hope y'all stick around. See you next time.